Hello, this is Igoro, host of the Igoro Show, and you are listening to the Steve and Crypto Show. So keep your ears open and your mouth shut.
Hey, welcome to the Steve and Crypto Show presented by thestevestrout.com. I'm Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo. This is episode 83, and we are recording on the 4th of July, which this year we feel that recording this podcast is probably the best thing that we can do.
We're going to make our own fireworks.
Yeah.
Or something. Because I don't see much reason to celebrate 4th this year.
This year is a little different, and we don't need to really say why. But we figure we would just, run our mouths about some pop culture shit, and that's how we're going to, quote, celebrate.
Yeah, there you go.
Year.
That's how we celebrate every week. But
yeah.
This is going to be no different, I guess.
Just another Monday for us.
Just another manic Monday. I haven't heard that song in a long time.
Maybe I threw that in on purpose.
Did you? Yeah. All right, I appreciate that. Made me think of a good old 80s song. Now it's going to be stuck in my head just like the fucking song from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys for coming back. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I'm assuming you appreciate our time together. And, of course, if you do, and those of you that already have visited our Patreon page, patreon.com/SteveCrypto, you can go there and support the show. You could pledge whatever amount you want monthly to help us grow. We've been advertising in a couple publications that'll be out and about soon, and we'll let you know when those are released, which books. I mean, we've mentioned it before, so if you guys are listening, you know where the hell it's going to be. But patreon.com/SteveCrypto, go there, pledge, get in on some exclusive stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that we're releasing first to our patrons. So, speaking of releasing, yeah, so you threw me off a little bit there because there was a weird noise in the background. I don't know what it was, because we are actually recording in person. We usually do this over a Zoom, and yeah, I think he has like a ghost or something in his house. It's haunted.
One thing that I noticed is that we actually are both wearing Steve and Crypto Show t-shirts today. How coincidental. And we're recording this podcast today. Isn't that nice?
You see, no.
You guys,
we're not going to lie to these
You
guys.
can't see.
They can tell. And you're not even going to lie and tell me that you didn't just shit on yourself, too. But stop lying. But yes, patreon.com/SteveCrypto. Come see photos and audio and all kinds of stuff on there. We got more coming. Like we mentioned last week, we're going to be working on some cool shit. So, what else can they do to show us some?
You ruined my setup. So I'll just
You ruined your drawers. But
so I'll just say it straight up. Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch. Or just go to Etsy and look up Steve and Crypto Show. We have 2 different t-shirt designs. There's a awesome mug over there. I hear that it turns your drink into magic. And we also have magnets over there.
Somebody's going to be so let down. The mugs are awesome, but they're going to be like, when the fuck does the magic start? Like, God damn it, you got to add vodka.
It just tastes like regular old vodka to me.
You just got to add vodka. That's what makes the magic.
I heard that it actually turns a glass of water into a glass of vodka. But don't hold me on that. Don't quote me.
That was a one-time thing.
Well, still, even if the cup does that once, that's a pretty good selling point to me. Yeah. Like, hey, this mug will turn water into vodka.
There's a chance. There's like a 1 in 10 million chance that your mug could be the one.
That's right.
So try your luck. You like to gamble? Get a Steven Crypto mug.
Yeah. And hey, do you like clothes? Do you like wearing clothes? Do you like wearing shirts? Of course you do. So be sure to pick up one of them T-shirts.
Look damn good supporting the Steven Crypto Show.
That's right.
And I think, never mind. I'm done making jokes about you shitting on yourself. I was going to say something about we need to make Steven Crypto underwear, but...
That was a weak fart anyway. That wasn't nothing.
Well, I wonder if they heard it. If you guys heard that, send us a message. And he'll send you a personal apology and a sticker.
Well, I already told you, and then here we go. Like I end up, releasing on the podcast. I mean, I told you earlier, I listened to a show with Bert Kreischer and Sal Volcano, and they were talking about shitting themselves as grown men for like 20 minutes on a podcast. They actually ended a podcast with that. That was their last
That's fair.
conversation.
See, that's where we're fucking up. We should have got famous first and then made our dumb podcast.
Yeah.
And who would be going a lot better? People would appreciate it.
Well, you got to appreciate the grind and the rise from the ashes that is Boogersaurus, because, I mean, he's really doing his part to get out there. I mean, he lets no booger go to waste.
That's true.
And now we're diving back into the stupid conversations.
Right. That's
So
right.
Let's get out of that.
Well, if you did hear his butt trumpet sound, like I said, message
Nothing
him.
but brown gold on episode 83.
You're welcome, Josh Cook. Mention it. Message us on social media. You know where to find us. He's CryptoZoo88. I'm the Steve Strout. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And then we do have our rapidly growing Facebook group for the podcast, Steven Crypto Show. Go to Facebook, search the Steven Crypto Show podcast, and you'll find our group. So get on there, join it, join the group, tell your friends, and have a good time with us. You could go in there, post stuff, get in on the conversation. Let's share stuff in there. If you're working on any cool projects, share it. If you're working on a book, a comic, part of a movie, get in there, let us know. We have a ton of people in the group that appreciate and are into that stuff. And we are too. So if you get in there, share something good, we dig it, it's a good chance we're going to hit you up and bring you on the show because, we love to bring on creators. We're always doing our horror host profiles. We've had actors and filmmakers and stuff on there. We want to promote indie, content creators as well. So do it. Get in there. Let's make some stuff happen. That's in the Steven Crypto Show Facebook group. So go there and let's make it a thing. There's that. You can also go and visit our Buy Me a Coffee page, buymeacoffee.com/SteveCrypto. It's basically like tipping us. If you dig what we're doing, if you particularly dig an episode, go on there and kick a little something if you like. And again, it helps the show grow, and we're going to continue to do so. And we're going to go even further with you guys' help. We appreciate you immensely. And we do this show for us as an outlet, but we also do it for you guys. I like to try to entertain. I hope we are entertaining to you guys. Some of you keep coming back, so that's good. Anyways, enough rambling about that. Those are all the good ways to connect with us and support the Steven Crypto Show. Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, all the social medias, and get you some merch. So do it up.
Hi, this is Darcy the Mail Girl from The Last Drive-In, and you're listening to the Steve and Crypto Show.
that being said, now you guys know how to support us. Not that we haven't told you guys a million times already. What did we do last week?
Last week, I shouldn't say we. You talked to Josh Milliken, who is the writer of the book Deeper Than Hell.
Yep. That was a good talk with him. He's a good dude. He has a long history of being a horror journalist, and then he released a book. It's a crazy, wild ride. I still got to finish it up. I'm kind of behind, lagging on it, but I'll share a little more about the book once we get there. But go back and listen to that episode 82 and hear more about the book from him. And follow him on social media. It's a great book. It's doing really well on the charts on like Amazon and stuff. So people are liking it, man. He's getting great reviews and blurbs from people like Mick Garris and other people. Comparisons to Clive Barker. Like, that's pretty cool, man. For your first novel, that's pretty good shit. So yeah, this week was figured we were just gonna run through some recent little pop culture and maybe horror-ish news. Kind of what's been going on, because there ain't really been much going on our end. We got a few things lined up this week. We got some good guests that we're gonna be interviewing that we're really excited about. So possibly next week or week after, we'll have an exciting guest that is going to be one of the stars of a new movie based on an old TV show about a group of monsters living in America. And there's a movie made about it. It's in progress right now, I believe, still in production, but and it's directed by a musician, an artist, who's done a lot of other horror movies and stuff. So,
And if you have your nose to the grindstone, or if you have your
if you're not a fucking idiot, you know who we're talking about with what movie.
Yeah, if you pay attention to the news, the pop culture news, you can probably figure out who we're talking about.
Yeah. But like I always say, I don't like to say names or anything until we have the interview on tape or whatever we want to call it, in the can.
Yeah.
This is not really a can. It's really just a fucking hard drive or something. So we got the interview in the hard drive.
It's not as cool to say.
I know, you sound like an old, like, official, like we're professionals or something. Like, that's a wrap. It's in the can.
So, yeah, you mentioned there's a couple things going on this week. I'll do it in order. Actually, nah, let's not. Let's skip around here.
Let's just swing.
Skip around.
Let's just swing for the fences.
So this Friday, I've been pushing it on every episode of the last few that we've done. I'm going to be doing a show with Binks out at the Crazy Otter in Port Hadlock. This Friday night, 8 o'clock. Tickets are $15. You can contact me to, get help with that if you like. I imagine they'll be available at the door as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody there. So that's going to be a good time.
Everybody.
Yes, everybody.
Everybody who listens to the Stephen Crypto Show.
Bring your Aunt Mabel. Bring your Grandpa George, and
don't forget if you come wearing Stephen Crypto gear, he's buying you a beer.
Yep. Ooh, Steve made a rhyme.
I'm not performing though. Sorry, guys. Sorry, they're not on my level yet.
Not at this show. You're not performing, but maybe at a future show.
Yeah, we're working on some cool things. We want to do some events and stuff, like comic book shops and cool places. I got a couple things in the works.
Yep.
For the Stephen Crypto to do some little appearances and mingle with you guys and record segments with guests and customers and have some fun. We think it might be cool and a fun way for us to get out and obviously self-promote, but to spotlight some cool venues and shops and stuff, which is that's our thing. We like to support and promote creators and even businesses, small businesses and stuff, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, we love to try to, network and connect with other creative people and artists and venues.
Unless you're an asshole.
Yeah.
We don't have time for you if you're a dick.
Yeah. Make sure you're easy to work with.
Yes.
That's like one of the top things.
That's important.
That goes for me when it comes to my music stuff too. Like if I'm running a show and I'm thinking about booking somebody, you're probably not going to be on my radar if you're an asshole. So like your music could just be okay, but if you're easy to work with and a nice person, there's a better chance you're going to get that call. But yeah, so again, this Friday, Port Hadlock, Washington, Binks and myself, along with Selly Cortez, DJ Obi-Wan, Endgame, $15. Shows at 8 o'clock, 21 and up. And then the following night, my lady and I are going to Seattle to the Neptune Theater. First time going to that venue. And we're going to go see Ron Funches with the Merriment Marauders, which are a group of friends of his that do comedy as well. And it'll be my first time seeing all of them. I've seen Ron twice. The first time actually was because Steve here brought him to the Upstage here in Port Townsend many years ago when you were booking comedy acts.
And he was just like an opening guy.
Yeah.
At that point. And yeah. And then now he's a headliner and has a big podcast, and it's pretty cool, man. It's good to see somebody that I worked with back in the days do well. Now it's our turn.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But I'm proud for him, or proud of him,
very,
happy
very.
for him, happy that he's getting a lot more success and hosting game shows and being on game shows just as celebrity guests and whatnot. And yeah, looking forward to seeing him Saturday. And then another thing that's happening this week, jumping kind of backwards to Wednesday, but actually when you guys hear this, it'll be out.
Probably.
Yeah, it'll likely be out.
Hopefully.
So Wednesday, July 6th, the Clerks 3 trailer is going to be released. And that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to seeing.
Of course, I'm going to look forward to seeing it and support it because I usually do support Kevin Smith stuff. But I'll decide once I see the trailer how excited I am for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, man. I feel like underwhelmed by his last few projects. They were okay, but they were like it'll just never live up to Clerks, Mallrats for me.
Dogma is still like my favorite.
Why?
one.
I don't know. I don't even like. I always forget about Dogma because it don't feel like one of his movies.
Yeah.
Even though it's all his people in it, it just
when
feels.
he made that one, it's like I really have some money now.
It feels so much more polished. And
Yeah.
Like, so I always forget that. I fucking love that movie. It's a great movie. Okay. Dogma is probably his best movie.
Yeah, I love Dogma. Honestly, another one that didn't really get a whole lot of success or a whole lot of press or whatever was Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
That was solid.
That was really funny.
That was entertaining.
Him basically trying to make a Judd Apatow
I mean, he
film.
made good movies. You know, Chasing Amy was good. The fucking one with J-Lo.
Jersey Girl, that's like the only one that I
That's
really
a
haven't seen
good
front
movie.
to back. I've only watched bits and pieces of it.
It's a good. I enjoyed it.
I'd like to watch it all.
It's
I just
good.
haven't. I don't know. Just never have. But I mean, I love George Carlin, so I'd love to see it just for the fact that he's in it.
Why haven't you watched it?
I don't know. I just haven't.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith would be disappointed in you.
I watched Yoga Hosers, so he probably would give me a pass. Like, okay, you watched that movie. You went to the theater to see Tusk.
Yeah.
You know.
I still think he'd be disappointed. He'd be like, you fucking watched Tusk, and you did watch Jersey Girl with real performers in it. And
Yeah.
George Carlin.
Yeah. I know.
You watched Yoga Hosers, but not the one with George Carlin.
I didn't say I liked Yoga Hosers. I said I watched it.
Yeah. That shit was weird.
Yeah.
Tusk was weird as fuck, too.
Oh, yeah.
They were both weird. But, I mean,
Yeah.
whatever.
But
What was the other one he did? Was it Red State?
Red State? Yeah.
Yeah,
That was all right.
It was okay.
I like
It also didn't feel like Kevin Smith.
No,
Yeah.
not really. But it was cool to see John Goodman working with him.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one? It was kind of
He directed the Tracy Morgan one, Cop Out, right?
Yeah, that's the one I was.
That was a
thinking
fun
about.
movie.
Yep, that was really good.
Anyways, enough about him. He
Yeah,
gets enough damn attention.
Yeah, we talked
He
about
don't
him
need
plenty
it.
on here.
And he talks about himself plenty too.
Yeah,
So
but
he's
yeah,
good.
so the
He's
trailer
good.
comes out and they are supposedly announcing live dates, like for live shows, where I guess him and I assume Jay as well will be going around and showing the movie, and then they do a Q&A afterwards.
Like they did with the last movie.
Yeah, they've done that with a couple movies now.
Right,
So,
okay.
For anybody who's into that, it's kind of cool. You get to see them, and you can maybe ask them a question. You get to watch the movie. Seems like a fun time.
Yeah. I'd go if it was local enough and affordable enough. That trailer is coming out this week. And this past week, the Hocus Pocus 2 trailer came out.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it looks fun. I don't see how it can live up to the first movie. But, I don't know. What are your thoughts on it? The poster was cool. The poster got a lot of laughs and a lot of attention with, like, the Roomba. And, like, this fucking Swiffer, like, the Sanderson sisters flying around and a fucking broom and a Roomba and it's kind of a cool idea.
One thing that
Trying
I've
to get
always
clever.
liked in certain movies is when they have like a character that has to adjust to the way things are now, So like I'm kind of looking forward to the Sanderson sisters maybe like seeing certain things that are in 2022 that weren't around back in the 90s.
I mean, they already did that gag in the first movie.
Yeah.
With like the road, the streets, the paved streets and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
But, I mean, they'll do it again. They'll have to do the
an
same
updated
gags.
version. That's totally fine. But just give me an updated version of that, and that'll make me laugh. Like I could totally see them, watching some music video of people doing some new dance, and then being like, what the hell is that?
Right. I wonder if we're going to get a musical number.
Probably will.
Yeah.
Because didn't they have a clip in the end of the trailer where they said something about them singing, and then they finally show the three sisters standing there, and then Bette Midler said something like, "Oh, of course," or whatever. I don't know.
It says something about a stage or something.
Yeah, take
Maybe.
the stage. So I assume they're going to go up on stage.
I'm
and
sure they
sing.
will. I don't know. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good timing. Coming out right, a month before Halloween.
Yeah, we'll have all of October to watch it again and again. Anybody that wants to.
Well, I'll be busy with my 31 days of horror thing that I do. Which it's always a thing to look forward to every year.
Yeah.
I am excited to see how our buddy Doug Jones, how big of a role they give Billy in this movie episode. Not even a fucking episode. In this movie, in Hocus
So
Pocus
many
2.
TV shows coming out now.
Excited to see our friend, the friend of the Stephen Crypto Show, award-winning actor Doug Jones.
He was such a nice guy to talk to.
Oh, man.
Always. If you haven't heard it, if you haven't heard our conversation with him, go back to last year's Halloween episode.
Yep.
And we have about 4 guests on it, and he's the last one, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really fun episode. It's a good listen. And I'll just, I'll say it now. Back then we had caught wind of the sequel and asked him about it, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that. What have you heard?"
Our episode came out literally like
a week before,
a couple days before he was able to announce. So he probably knew, but of course, if you fuck with Disney, they'll crush you.
The mouse will come for your
It'll
throat.
come get. Yeah, but I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. We need a fun Halloween movie. It'll be cool. Speaking of that, we got to start planning the Halloween episode. It's always a big thing. And that might, if I did the math right, that should be around episode 100. So it's like a milestone and our favorite episode of the year. So.
Well, I'm going to pitch it right now. If there's anybody listening that is heavily into the Halloween arts and maybe you have something cool that you're working on, anything spooky, let us know.
Yeah, we could maybe feature you in that episode. We like to usually have, 2, 3, 4 guests in the episode. So
Yep. We try to pack that one if we can.
Even music. If you have good spooky or Halloween themed music, let's do it.
So Rob Zombie, if you're listening and you want to come talk to us on the show,
Yeah.
we can make some time for you.
But I have ideas floating around in my head, but we need to get on that soon because it's already July and Halloween season is like starting right now. It's
Wait,
right now. Halloween season starting now.
What month did you say it is again?
Is it July?
It's July
I
already?
don't fucking know.
Boy, I heard about something coming out on July 12th. You know what it is?
We talked about this before and I forgot already.
What We Do in the Shadows, season 4.
Oh, yes. Important stuff.
That quickly became a favorite show of mine, a favorite sitcom
Such a
or comedy,
good
whatever
show.
you want to call it. I really, really love it. It's really fun.
Jermaine Clement, Taika Waititi are geniuses. And actually, Taika, the new movie comes out this week too, Thor. Whatever the fuck it's called. Thor something.
Love and Thunder.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
It's Thor 8, and I'm excited for it.
Well, good for you.
That's gonna. I can't wait to watch that, and hopefully you get to watch it quick, and we get to talk about it on the show. Real quick, dude, like so we can spoil it for people.
What's his name? Is in there as the villain. Oh, I'm Thor. Blah blah blah.
Who is gonna be the villain in
What's
it?
his name? From Batman. The Dark
Oh,
Knight.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't like Christian Bale.
Like, oh, you're the God of Thunder. Good for you.
We'll see how that goes. It should be good.
I've never been crazy about him either.
Yeah,
he
me
was
neither.
okay as Batman, but
See, now my brain went off. I had ideas of stuff to mention in my brain.
I know I mentioned Batman, and now you're starting to think about Zack Snyder a little bit. We got to drift away.
My brain kind of is
Don't-
wandering.
Don't give into it.
My brain's wandering towards the Halloween episode thing. Like I just thought of an idea, but yeah. So other movie stuff, other movie news. Dune 2, they're just about to start production on that, or Dune Part 2. Sorry. They're starting production on that like this week, I think, and they actually pushed the release date back too. It was supposed to be October 20th, 23. They pushed it back to November 17th, 23. So it's going to run over Thanksgiving that year, and it's also apparently releasing the same time as the Hunger Games prequel, which nobody gives a shit about. So watch Dune 2. Dune 1 was beautiful, well-made movie. It won a ton of awards. And like if you start the book now, you could probably finish it by the time this movie comes out because that book is work. But it's a great, it's a masterpiece of a sci-fi book, but it's fucking work to read. Got any other interesting stuff?
Yeah, I mean, something kind of interesting.
Kind of.
For anybody who wants more Final Destination. So the director of Spider-Man, John Watts.
It's funny they say Final Destination because we kind of might have done a trivia about that.
We may or may not, and you would have
Might
to
not
listen
have.
to
One of the
last
last few
episode.
episodes. With the last spoilers. No, I'm just kidding.
You might listen to the last episode, and you might hear a trivia question
Yes.
related
I don't
to-
think anybody heard it because nobody's answered. Nobody's really answered the trivia questions. Come on, guys. Answer the damn trivia questions. Let's have fun. We want to give you guys shit. So
Yeah.
get on it.
I mean,
But
we're
what's-
looking at a giant pile of prizes right now, just waiting for you.
Yeah.
So the Spider-Man director John Watts wants to produce a Final Destination relaunch for HBO Max. Yeah, it's basically the first installment of the horror franchise since 2011. Let it die.
Just what I need is more fucking going around and seeing daily shit that scares the crap out of me, like the fucking logging trucks and like I'm scared to even bring my damn toaster in the bath with me anymore. Like,
Because you used to bring it in there all the time
did,
until
I
you
did.
saw that movie.
yeah,
And you're like, maybe this is a bad idea.
yeah. It was shocking.
Yeah, so I guess Laurie Evans Taylor and Guy Busick, who wrote Ready or Not and worked on the upcoming Scream reboot, are now writing the screenplay for Final Destination, whatever number this is going to be. Yeah. Yeah. And actually, speaking of the Scream reboot, did you hear the recent news about Neve Campbell? Sounds like they may have actually worked a deal with her.
I told you they were gonna.
Yeah.
They
Well, I
had to.
figured
Nobody's gonna give a fuck about the movie without her.
Yeah. Well,
her plastic face Courtney Cox or whatever.
and they know that they just have to throw the right number at her and she'll come work for them. I mean, like, what else is she doing?
She played hardball and she fucking won.
Yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say what else is she doing. I know Neve Campbell has done other things, but like this is kind of her number one franchise, or this is her bread and butter, whatever you want to call it. So, but yeah, it sounds like they already have some plans on making this a trilogy. So, there's basically
we're gonna
Scream 7 already.
We're gonna get 5 cream and 6 cream and 7 cream.
Yeah.
Nice. Wonder how many creams we're gonna get. I'm kind of all creamed out personally.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Not
all
a
them creams.
Not a whole lot going on right now.
Yeah, there's really not. Like you mentioned the Final Destination thing. There's this.
We shouldn't say there's not a lot. There is. I
There's
mean,
a-
shit, Stranger Things is kind of the big thing right now.
Yeah, we'll of course we'll mention that, but I want to mention this silly movie I read about. I think I read it on. It might have been one of the maybe Dread Central's email list or Fangoria. One of them, they have like their email list you get on and they send you different news and stuff every week or something. But there's a movie coming out called Lisa Frankenstein, and the synopsis of it was just kind of silly. It was supposed to take place in 1989, centering on an unpopular high schooler who accidentally reanimates a handsome Victorian corpse during a lightning storm and starts to rebuild him into the man of her dreams using the broken tanning bed in her garage. So she's going to do some weird science shit and make herself a boy toy. But, yeah, it could be a fun take on the whole Frankenstein mythos, but it's got kind of cool people attached to it. Mason Novick and Diablo Cody, who worked together on Jennifer's Body, which kind of become a cult film, Juno, which I thought was a great movie. Catherine Newton's going to be in it, who is on Freaky, which was a fun fucking movie.
I really like that one.
Seeing Vince Vaughn as a 16-year-old girl was kind of funny. Yeah. And kind of weird, but yeah, like I said, it could be fun. It's just something to throw in here and kill up some airtime on there to mention it, but I think it sounds kind of enjoyable. It might be funny, if it's in the vein of like Freaky or something like that. I'll dig it. I'll watch it. I'll at least rent it.
Yeah, I mean, we all have a list of movies that that we know we're gonna watch through Redbox, and that's okay. We're still gonna watch them, but
it's gonna have to be okay.
yeah. I mean, like Morbius is on that list for me.
Lord.
Like it's in the Redbox now.
I didn't pay to watch
get to
that.
it eventually, but anytime I look at the Redbox and I see it there, I'm like, I'm watching Obi-Wan tonight, or I got Miss Marvel to watch. So.
I might have found in a roundabout way of watching Morbius.
Yeah.
But I didn't pay. So
that's good.
Don't tell nobody. All right, all three of you people out there, don't go tell nobody that I bootlegged Morbius because that's not nice.
We already dropped his name earlier. Josh, don't you tell anyone, okay? I know you're listening. Don't tell anybody.
But I'm not as scared of Sony as I am of Disney. So
don't tell anyone that Steve watched it without paying. I didn't do that.
I watched it at Crypto's house.
I'll give them that $2. They can have that. That's about it.
$2 it's not like I said.
Don't try to pull me into this.
Like
You didn't watch it in my house.
Like I said, if I could take it back, I would. If I get a redo, I would not watch it.
Just rewind it and just somehow have that time.
Can I
back.
undo it? Yeah.
Here's that hour and 49 minutes. Just
when
back.
I could time travel, the first thing I'm gonna do is go get my fucking 2 hours back, and then I'm gonna go back even further and stop Jared Leto from being the Joker Then I'm going to go back even further and just stop him from getting into showbiz altogether.
Because the Joker thing might have trickled down to him being Morbius. You know, they're like, hey, you're in movies.
Like I said,
be in this movie?
I didn't pay for the displeasure of watching Morbius, but I still feel like I got ripped off.
I understand.
Anyways, Godzilla stuff. There's Godzilla news. There's of course, the Adam Wingard's next installment of the Godzilla and Kong franchise is going to hit theaters March 15th, 2024. It made a whole bunch of money in the middle of COVID, which was cool, and it did go straight to streaming as well. It was good, though. It was one of those horror, sci-fi, border fence straddling movies that kind of had us excited over the last couple of years. That we mentioned a lot about how exciting it is to see these horror monster movies doing so well in the box office and kind of putting horror back on the map, which is good. And I love Godzilla, so I'm excited to watch that. But there's a Apple TV is producing a series. They haven't titled it yet, but it's set in the aftermath of the battle between Godzilla and the Titans that like fucked up the Bay Area and made a big mess. But I guess it's supposed to follow this family's journey to uncover secrets that link them to the secret organization Monarch, which is big in the whole storyline. There's a bunch of actors and actresses in it I don't know, but Legendary is producing it. And let's see, the showrunner is going to be Chris Black, who worked on the Outcast series and Star Trek Enterprise. So, he's down with the weird horror sci-fi shit. And one of my favorite comic writers co-created the series with him, Matt Fraction, who worked on Hawkeye. And he had this one comic series called Sex Criminals that was great. Done a lot of cool shit. He's awesome. So I feel like with those two guys attached to this, it should be a pretty good show. But I don't have Apple TV, so I'm going to have to find a fancy way to watch this now, too.
You'll have to come over here.
You have Apple TV?
We do have Apple TV,
oh,
yeah.
Shit.
During COVID, we decided to get it. It was Sarah's idea.
How much is it?
I think it's like $10 a month,
Yeah.
something like that. Be honest, there's not a ton of stuff on there that I care to watch at this time.
A couple shows. There's a show with what the fuck's that dude's name? I remember watching an episode at the in-laws' house, and he was like, the dude is like a part owner of a soccer team or something. The dude from, I think he's from SNL. It's been getting a lot of like word chatter and stuff. Can't think of the name of it. Whatever. Anyways, Apple TV.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to come over and watch the Godzilla show.
It was during the time that we had COVID, so we were kind of just sitting around the house looking for more new things to watch or whatever. And I somehow in our conversation, it led to me talking about the Beastie Boys movie that's on there on Apple TV. And
what's that called?
I know what it was. We watched the Cypress Hill one, and then it led to the conversation about Beastie Boys movie.
We talked about that?
No.
Oh,
Sarah
okay.
and I watched the Cypress Hill movie.
The show I was thinking of is Ted Lasso, by the way.
Oh, okay, with Sudeikis. Yeah. So we watched the Cypress Hill documentary, and
it's a funny show.
Just thinking about like other bands that have shows kind of similar to that or movies or whatever. I thought of the Beastie Boys one, and then I said, "Oh, that's on Apple TV." I haven't got a chance to watch that yet, and Sarah just went and got it going. Got it started. I think when she got her last phone, it came with free
like a
subscription
year
or a year's worth.
Yeah,
at least.
I know Apple did that recently.
Yeah, so yeah, we watched the Beastie Boys, or well, I watched the Beastie Boys thing, and that was really fun.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I guess that's another reason to get Apple TV. I still don't think there's enough on there for me to justify me getting it,
Yeah.
but it's a thing, I guess.
Yep. And a lot more shows are coming out exclusive to certain apps, and I can't think of what it is now, but I feel like there's another new show on the horizon that's going to be through Apple. So kind of glad that I have it, at least for if something comes up, I can watch it.
The streaming wars are real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Netflix is kind of winning, though, because, like you mentioned, Stranger Things a few minutes ago. This new season of Stranger Things is, like, fucking setting records, like, ridiculous streaming records. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm
blowing
loving
them all away.
I'm loving the horror vibes that they have in this season.
And right behind that is the Umbrella Academy. Is also doing really well. So Netflix is kind of kicking ass, but they're producing good shit. So
Yep.
Yeah, Stranger Things. The horror vibes were fucking awesome. I guess spoiler alert. Everybody's new favorite character.
Is Eddie?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and now all these young kids are going to be like, I've never heard of this Master of Puppets song, but it's pretty damn good.
Did you watch that scene?
I haven't seen that yet.
Dude, it's gonna get fucking.
But I read about it online.
That song's gonna blow up just like the fucking what's her name, Kate Bush or whatever.
Yeah.
the hell, like that song.
Yeah.
Like I saw an article that she's like making millions in royalties right now.
And like Metallica needs the push.
And she probably forgot that she made the fucking song.
Yeah.
She was like, "Wait, what song is this? Who did this song?
This
Sounds
song's
familiar.
pretty good."
Sounds familiar. It's pretty good." Yeah. And then they're like, "Kate, that was your song." It's like, okay. Checks start rolling in.
Yeah, how
Oh
much am I
yeah,
getting
the
for
hell
that?
yeah, that was my song, bitch. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, because Metallica needs the money.
Yeah.
Speaking of, did you ever get to listen to Kirk Hammett's solo
No.
shit?
No,
Like,
I haven't.
I didn't hear it yet either. I got to find it. Like I tried to get it on not free comic book day, on record store day. I tried to get a copy of it, but it was like sold out everywhere. We didn't even get any in our local record shop. And now it's selling online for like fucking over $100, and I'm not paying that for it. I'll probably just stream it, but he made I don't think it's a full length. I think it's just like a EP. So he has this amazing collection of like old horror movie posters, like one sheets, and just he has some one of a kind shit. Like he has like a one of a kind from like the Mummy, like Karloff Mummy, and some other like just museum fucking pieces. He took this collection on a tour. It's all like the art and like props and collectibles from horror and sci-fi. He took it on a tour of like museums and stuff, and it's that good. It's like museum quality shit. And he had this idea to he wanted to make like a soundtrack for it. So when you're walking around and seeing the exhibit, he wanted this music like very horror themed monster movie kind of vibe to it that'll play while you're walking around and checking out his shit. And I guess the initial thing was him to do that, and it turned into this album of solo stuff. So it's like got like this cool vibes to it. It's not like it don't sound like Metallica. I've heard a little bit of like one song off it. It definitely don't sound like Metallica.
That's
But
cool.
it's cool.
That sounds really fun. I often end up liking projects from like guitarists or a musician from a band that I'm into when they do something on the side. It usually ends up being pretty cool. Kirk is doing his thing. For anybody who doesn't know, John Five, the guitarist for Rob Zombie, he has his own band, John Five and the Creatures, and their music, most of it is nothing like Rob Zombie. You know, there's a lot of country stuff in there, and there's no vocals, but there's like country, blues, rock, like folk, metal. You know, there's a kind of just a blend. And a lot of spooky vibes in his music as well, and you know, as it's expected, kind of. What's another one?
I just dig music that sounds like it could be in an old monster movie.
Yeah.
Like I listen to a lot of like surf guitar, surf music that has like a cool, makes you think like 60s, like Monster Kid, spooky, a little bit of spookiness to it. That's always something. That's something I'm way into. There's like a local band out of Seattle. I'm trying to place the name of them, but they're like a surf rock band, and all their songs are like themed, like horror themed kind of things. And like I want to find out more about them and connect with them because their shit's super cool. It's just all instrumental, but it's fucking really cool, and it's talent, super talented. But where were you going? I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna mention one more, and this guy is actually a little bit more current. So there's a producer that I discovered through his work with my favorite trio in hip hop right now, a la Zuli Lou, and his name is Slasher Dave. Slasher Dave makes like horror movie music. His beats, especially the beat for the song "Ritual of Rot" that
Right.
a la Zuli Lou made.
Yeah.
That particular song sounds like it always reminds me of not just because the song is about zombies, but the beat sounds like it's straight from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, it's got like is like an 80s like synthy kind of weird
Very
vibe
much.
to it.
Very much
You
so.
have it. You have to play it for me.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. And if you go on YouTube now and you look up Camp Zool, which is just this live event that they've been doing for the last 2 years now, look up Camp Zool Slasher Dave. You can find live clips on there of him basically putting songs together with just him and a drummer, and he's got his guitar and a synth, and they're just making like horror movie music live for a crowd.
That's cool. We should fucking try to track that dude down and
Yeah.
connect with him and let us play some stuff on the show.
Yeah. He
Just
produces
interview
for all
him.
kinds of people. I'd love to have him on here just to talk to him about his process.
About his process, his inspirations, and obviously you could tell what his inspirations are, but just to hear him talk about it and get enthusiastic and
Yeah.
get some good conversation going, and maybe he'll play a couple songs on here, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, his production style is a huge reason why I just fell in love with a la Zuli Lou. Like that's my style of production, just that I favor. I don't really know what else to say about it, but I'm
I get it. I
yeah,
get it.
I like the horror movie hip hop shit.
Sometimes you can't think of fucking words, articulate what you're trying to say. You're just like, I like that shit.
Me
It's cool.
likey this
Me
thing.
like spooky, rock, awesome. But yeah, I think we were talking about Stranger Things or something.
Yeah. I haven't watched part 2 of
So you need to watch it before we can talk more about it then.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll talk about Stranger Things a little bit more, maybe. Or the week after. It depends on how this goes with our guest this week that we're recording with. Because it's an exciting guest that's going to be in a movie produced and directed by a rock star. We're not talking to the rock star. Someday he'll be knocking down our door to come on the show. But we're talking to one of the actors from his movie. That's
Talking to a
about
friend of his.
friend and an actor who's been in a million freaking things. Like he has an extensive credit list that goes. He's worked with everybody, been on every show. He actually was a horror host at one point. He did his own horror hosting, which we'll probably talk with him
I'm
about.
sure you can get him to talk about that.
Oh, he'd be glad to. And he's also a collector of things, like us. His collection is a little more valuable than ours. But, yeah, we'll hear about all that shit.
Do you think this person enjoys going to drive-in theaters like I do?
I bet if he has time, he probably does. And I bet he don't fucking fall asleep either, like I do.
Yeah, that was my next question. Do you think he pays money to take naps at drive-in theaters like I do?
I don't know, but it's I've done it, multiple times. Like we don't go to the drive-in no more because we fall asleep. Like let me tell you, I was I'll tell you the story real quick. Last time we tried to go to the drive-in was a few years ago when like The Incredibles 2 came out. That was a few years ago, I think.
Yeah.
And for some reason, with her car off, we couldn't have the radio on. She has some weird setting that we probably had to fuck with. And if she turned it on enough to have the radio on, the headlights would have to be on.
Oh, man.
So we couldn't have that. So we were scrambling. I'm like trying to download a like FM radio app on my phone so we could listen to it.
Yeah.
And excuse me, we get one downloaded. Sweet, this is gonna work. So fire it up. You need an antenna to make this work. Plug in a set of headphones, and it'll function as an antenna. I don't have headphones with me. Luckily, I knew we had a friend that was at the drive-in, and I texted him, and I was like, at this point, the movie is fucking starting. I'm like, dude, do you have any headphones with you? He's like, yeah, I got my headphones. Can I borrow them for the movie? He's like, yeah. So I run over, get the headphones from him. Movie's already going. Get it plugged in. Finally, we have sound. We're watching the movie. Next thing I know, we're waking up is the credits of the fucking movie. And we were like, you know what? Let's just go home. Let's just leave. So that was the last time we tried to go to the drive-in. I was thinking about trying to do it again for my birthday. Just something to do. Trying to come up with ideas of something to do that I don't normally do. But we'll see. We'll see. The drive-in seems kind of scary and like a waste of money to me.
Scary.
Yeah. Well, it's scary the fact that we're wasting money because shit don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that we were going to fall asleep this last weekend when we went. But,
Neither do we.
yeah. We went to see Lightyear and Bob's Burgers. We went mostly for Bob's Burgers, but Lightyear was okay too. I don't think our oldest would have been into it. I kept watching it the whole time, trying to figure out if he would even care. But part of me thinks that it would just be past him. I don't know. Bob's Burgers was fun. What I saw of it was fun.
The review I got from Sarah, your crypto's significant other, said it was like a long episode with music.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of singing.
That wasn't
which we weren't.
That wasn't a glowing review for me.
I didn't say it was great. I mean, I said it was fun. Like, it had some funny moments, but I agree. It was like, it felt a little too long, or maybe we were just getting tired, and if it would have been just that movie, might have been able to handle it.
I feel like maybe like Bob's Burgers is good. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun show, but a half hour is long enough to watch Bob's Burgers.
Yeah. Or even
like,
if
I couldn't sit there and binge episode after episode of it. I could watch an episode here or there and be good.
Maybe even if they would have made like a TV movie and it would have been like 2 episodes together, like about 48 minutes or something like that,
Or just went straight to streaming like Beavis and Butthead did.
Yeah.
Which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Beavis and Butthead, the new Beavis and Butthead movie.
Yep, that was fun.
It just made me, gave me lots of nostalgic feels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they did they made the right choice by just putting that one out straight to streaming. Because I don't know. I did watch the Beavis and Butthead movie and I thought about like teenagers today. Do they watch that and like do they even care?
Do they get it?
Do they get it? Do they care to watch? When they do, like do they get the same laughs out of it that we did back then?
See, that was that movie wasn't made for. Movie was made for us. The new Beavis and Butthead movie was made for us. Like, if you ask the people who made it, it would be like, we made that for the OG Beavis and Butthead fans that laughed at butt jokes and, could laugh for. How long did the scene go on when they were like inserting the the phallic object into the hole. You know what I mean? That just went on and and it stayed funny.
Yeah.
And then they show him the next morning still doing it.
Some of that shit
and
was
it was
so
funny.
stupid, but it's
all of it was
funny.
stupid.
Yeah.
But it was awesome.
Oh man. Yeah, it just takes you back. You know, you watch Beavis and Butthead, it takes you back to being 12 again. And when I watched Beavis and Butthead, I was pretty young.
I was
probably
fucking in high school.
Yeah. I was pretty young when I saw them on MTV. Reruns back in the day.
I was older watching that. Definitely in high school.
Yeah.
Definitely had pubes.
Yeah. I just remember them, with all their music video commentary.
That was the best stuff.
Yeah. Damn it, Pantera, this beer is warm. Go get me a new one. Cut the grass, Pantera.
Yep. Well, goddamn. I didn't think we'd be able to ramble for almost an hour, but we did it.
Yeah. We said there wasn't much going on, but we sure found some things to talk about, didn't we?
Check out these shows available now on Fearflix.
And welcome to another collection of frightfully good films from Fearflix, Gothic Horrors, with me, your host, Malvolia, the Queen of Screams.
Hey, I'm Pamela Such. You know me from all the Wave movies. And here we are, we're going to play Curse of the Swamp Creature 2.
Hello guys, I'm Rachel Waits.
And I'm Elise Costin.
Welcome to Silent Screams.
I'm Pamela Such.
I'm Monica Hayes. Thank you for tuning in to 70s Grind Out on Fearflix.
Hey y'all, I'm Sherry Davis, your host for this wild and untamed collection of horror films from Fearflix. We wrangled up a selection of Texas horrors for this one. Welcome to Lone Star Horrors.
These shows, movies, and much more available now on Fearflix. Download it on your Roku channel store today.
Hey, this is Dr. Gangrene. You're watching the Steve. No, you're not. You're listening to the Steve and Crypto Show right here on whatever network you're on. I don't know what you're on. Don't ask me. I can't see what you're doing, but keep listening and tune in next week for more cool content on the Steve and Crypto Show.
Before we do go, let's get in our weekly trivia. So you guys do know how to get a hold of us and give us the answer to the trivia questions. Which, if you get it right, message us. We'll send you some stickers or something and put you on our list for a bigger prize. We're working on it. I think we literally have like 2 people on the big prize list. So, you ready for this week's trivia?
I'm ready.
It's an easy one. So they're all easy ones. I try to keep them easy. We want you guys to participate. We want you guys to be part of the show. That's why we do this. So, what 1953 horror film was remade in 2005 with Paris Hilton in the lead role? Personally, I'm partial to the 1953 film with the great Vincent Price. What 1953 horror film was remade in 2005 with Paris Hilton in the lead role?
I enjoyed the original and the remake.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to remember if I even watched the remake.
It's fun. I mean, it's a good time.
So I say I'm partial to the original, but if I don't remember, I feel like I watched it. I might have watched it because I was like, ooh, I want to watch Paris Hilton die.
Yeah, I gotta say their marketing might have come off a little mean, but it was, it got the point, and it probably made some people want to watch it. because they had big pink bumper stickers that said "See Paris Die" on whatever the date was that the movie was coming out.
I'd like to find one of those now. See, that came out around when I was in my party days.
Yeah.
So there was less movies and stuff happening in life then. It was more fucking partying and hitting bars and shooting pool and throwing darts with the fellas and all that shit.
You ever went home and watched a horror movie after that?
Most time I go home drunk and pass out. To be honest. To be completely honest. Yeah, but the good old days. Just kidding. Life's better now without drugs and alcohol, I must say. So yeah, answer the trivia question.
I don't need the alcohol around. I got little kids around the house, and they're like little alcoholics. You know, they're always falling and
just make you want to drink,
puking on themselves and shitting themselves.
So you see, yeah, it's like now being sober, going to the bar and seeing all like the drunk idiots, and you're like, this is what I look like. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need to go to the bar. I'm like, I got that shit here, you know? Like, one of them would just run out the room and like,
no pants on.
Yeah, no pants.
Balls out, like,
yeah.
I shit all over my room.
Stomping across the floor like they're Godzilla.
Like, been there, done that.
Mm-hmm. I don't need to go anywhere to see that.
Right. Crazy. Now I'm having all kinds of flashbacks. Anyways, message him. He's CryptoZoo88. I'm the Steve Strout. Message us the answer to the trivia question or any of the past trivia questions. I don't care what week. Just say episode 75. This is the answer. And we'll send you some shit and put you in line to get something cool.
Episode 68, Yogi Bear.
Yes. But it has to be right answer. It can't be some bullshit.
I'm pretty sure Yogi Bear is the right answer.
Is it? No, you're
go
wrong.
back and
you
listen.
You don't get a sticker now.
They have to go back and listen to episode 68.
You don't get no stickers because you're wrong.
We probably weren't even doing trivia back in episode 68.
I don't remember. We need to look.
But go back and listen. You'll find out. Maybe there is no trivia, but hey, we thank you for listening.
I do still want to get a cool little jingle to use with like the trivia thing, and maybe it'll get people's attention.
Yeah.
I feel like by this point they're either sleeping or they're tuned out. This late in the game, they're like wake up, like, oh, these fucking guys are still talking. I thought you said they were going 10 minutes ago. Like,
I thought you guys didn't have much to talk about this week.
With that being said, maybe we should go and let them go find something productive to do.
You know what they could go find? They could find some great merch at our Etsy store, which is Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch. Again, we got a couple t-shirts. There's a coffee mug. There's magnets. Also, Steve has a couple Steve and Crypto Show trucker hats left, I believe.
I do.
If you want to contact him personally at the Steve Strout, you can pick up one of those. We may have some buttons.
We have new pins coming,
Yep.
Show pins. Those should be here soon. We'll, of course, let you guys know.
That's right.
They're going to be $1 million each, but for listeners, we're going to give you like a huge discount, like just a couple bucks. Not a couple bucks off. They're just going to be a couple bucks for you guys.
Yeah, because you listen to the show. You could even lie to us and just tell us that you listen to the show. We'll still give you that deal.
Yeah, of course.
So be sure to visit, again, Etsy/shop/Steve and Crypto merch.
Or just go to Etsy and hit the little search bar and type in Steve and Crypto, and then Steve and Crypto merch will pop up.
That's right. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Steve Strout, at CryptoZoo88. We also have a Facebook group that you are more than welcome to be a part of. Just look up the Steve and Crypto Show podcast, and you'll find us. And it doesn't take anything to be a member. Also,
it does. It does. You got to go and you
just
gotta
your soul.
Click follow. You got to click the like button.
Yeah, and then you're going to feel this little like tickling sensation in your chest. That's just your soul coming out of your body.
I don't know. There's something wrong with your Facebook, dude. My Facebook don't do that.
It doesn't collect souls. It's not. My Facebook is ran by Shang Tsung, so that's just part of the agreement.
That's not Facebook.
Really?
That's some other kind of book, but
I've been looking.
Not the book of face.
I've been reading the wrong book then, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. But at least you're reading. That's good.
If you're
on that level now.
If you want to keep your soul, I guess that's fine. But please take the time to visit our Buy Me a Coffee page, which is buymeacoffee.com/Steve Crypto. And it's just like a tipping service. It helps out to, improve everything on the show. Everything, promotional tools, everything. It covers it all. So we thank you to everybody who is contributing so far. Also, you can
No, we should do, not to interrupt you, we should just be like, the more you guys contribute, the less we'll talk about farts and boogers.
Yeah. Yeah. And
it still won't work.
And even if there's only a couple of you guys contributing, if you, can maybe increase those contributions, then we might decrease how much we talk about farts and boogers.
No, we'll always talk about farts and boogers. I'm sorry. We're not going to lie.
False promises.
But we appreciate you guys helping us.
We appreciate you. And we appreciate everybody who is a member on our Patreon as well. You can visit patreon.com/Steve Crypto. And we have a lot of
sorry to cut you off, but we have a lot of exclusive stuff on there. More coming. Head over there, patreon.com/Steve Crypto, and get on that. It's good. It's going well. The show has been growing thanks to you guys. We definitely appreciate it all. We appreciate all the support. You can you mentioned social media. Another good way to help that don't need to throw any money or anything is go on our social media pages and share our posts about the shows, about the episodes, or make your own posts. Just let everybody know that you listen to your third favorite podcast.
Yep. Tag your friends, please. Like, tag your friends that are, that just listen to podcasts. Tag your friends that are creative, that have something they're working on.
Shit, just post like, I listened to this show. Here's a link to it. I'll never listen to these assholes again. If you feel that way, do it. Or not. I don't know.
We appreciate anything that you can do to help us get the word out about our show, because we're constantly growing. We're
growing
not even
and grinding.
We're eating our Flintstones vitamins, and we're building strong and growing, and we're not even 2 years in. We're almost at the 2-year mark.
About a month and a half away.
Yeah.
End of August will be 2 years.
Yep.
And then a couple months later will be episode 100.
Yeah.
Halloween time.
We're
That's
definitely
coming.
looking forward to that. So again, if you or someone has something, a spooky project in the works, some music, a comic book, a film, whatever.
It don't have to be spooky, just creative.
Yeah.
Something that kind of fits in the whole pop culture and horror world. Like you said, comics, books, movies.
Yep. If you have something in those guidelines or in those in that bracket, then please contact us, and we might want to have you on the show just to kind of let everybody know what you got going on.
I think we covered everything. Keep your ears open the next couple of weeks for that big special guest we were talking about. Every guest we have is special. Not to discount anybody else, but we're really excited about this one because we're excited about the movie that he's attached to. So keep your ears open for that. And I guess this time we are done. For real.
Yeah.
We're done. So I am Steve.
I'm Crypto Zoo.
And we've been Steve and Crypto Show.
We'll have more on episode 84. Peace.